Kalẹ̀ o. Ṣàlàáfíà la bá yín o. Yeah. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọlé tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Bẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọlé tí ẹ bá ń gbọ́ mi, ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. We want to use this program láti fi ṣe thank you fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá wa àti àwọn EFCC àti gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n cash àwọn ọ̀daràn tí wọ́n họ̀dì oúnjẹ. A sọ fún yín, a ní scarcity oúnjẹ tó wà ń lò. Kò ń ṣe wípé ordinary. It's not ordinary. It is because people are hoarding the food. And now, anybody tó bá ń follow nǹkan tó ń go on Nigeria ń sìn, ẹ rí pé àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti ń bust gbogbo àwọn warehouse tí wọ́n discover pé wọ́n ń hoard oúnjẹ. Àwọn èèyàn ò fẹ́ kí Tinubu ṣiṣẹ́, àwọn èèyàn ò fẹ́ ká go regional. That is the reason tí ẹ ṣe rí pé nǹkan wọ́n. The scarcity of food or the expensive food tá à ń rí pé oúnjẹ wọn kò kí ń ṣe pé torí pé Tinubu ò mọ̀jọba ṣe. Kò kí ń ṣe pé bóyá torí pé ẹyọ tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa tàbí tẹ́ bá ń rí wa ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀. Because ó dàbí pé mi ò ríra mi bí báyìí. Tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ mi tẹ́ ń rí mi, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Hello, everyone. I can see people there. Please let me know if you can hear me. Why is the thing getting me out? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ mi. Please let me know if you can hear me. Where is the other phone? Okay. I'm not seeing your comment. I'm not seeing comment. Mr. Lumide, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Mr. Abdul. Mo ṣàrí Odùtọ́lá ń bẹ̀, ẹ má bínú ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ojú yẹn fẹ́ ṣú díẹ̀. Ó yẹ kí n lọ wẹ̀ kí n lọ sùn ni. I'm just tired, but we want to do this, for you guys. Yeah, but mo sọ fún yín mo ní oúnjẹ tí ó wọ́n kò ń ṣe pé torí pé oúnjẹ wọ́n, oúnjẹ kankan ò wọ́n, oúnjẹ ò dẹ̀ scarce. Oúnjẹ pọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà, ní ìlú yẹn. Oúnjẹ pọ̀ gidi ní ìlú yẹn. Ṣé rí bag of rice tí wọ́n ní àwọn ń tà ní is it 70 or 90,000? Bag of rice yẹn tí kò bá ń pé wọ́n hoard ẹ̀ ni kò yẹ kó ju 7,000 lọ. So wọ́n hoard ẹ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan yẹn ṣe wọ́n. But we thank the owners of the land. We thank our leaders. We thank our police, especially our police. We thank them for for job well done. Wọ́n ti ń bust gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ yẹn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má bínú, mò ń try láti share láti ọ̀dọ̀ mi ni. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share lọ́dọ̀ yín. A máa ka àwọn write up kan. Kò yé yín so that ẹ máa mọ̀ wípé oúnjẹ ò wọ́n Nàìjíríà. Àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ ba ìjọba Tinubu jẹ́, àwọn ni wọ́n wà ń di nǹkan yìí. But kó tó di pé màá ka nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kà yẹn, ẹ kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ nǹkan tí guy yìí ń sọ. Ṣẹ́rí guy tó wà nínú fídíò tí ẹ máa gbọ́ yìí. Ọkùnrin yẹn ó ti ń sọ many other things tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Aside pé oúnjẹ tí wọ́n hoard tí oúnjẹ wọn, epo náà ṣì ń bọ̀ wá wọn. Kò yé yín? And on then try oríṣiríṣi nǹkan ni. But we are happy that Baba Tinubu is always ahead these people. Wọ́n bọ̀, ẹ má bínú. Ẹ má bínú, mo fẹ́ sáré. Battery yẹn ti ń go down. Baba Tinubu is always ahead them. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ìgbà kan ni wọ́n hoard epo tó wá di wípé epo wọn, àwọn èèyàn ò rí epo wọn petrol wọn ní Nàìjíríà. Ìgbà tí Tinubu wá yọ subsidy ẹ rí pé wọ́n wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń kó àwọn epo yẹn jáde nǹkan kan epo sì wọ́n still o but at least kò pa àwọn èèyàn lára bí ìgbà tí nǹkan yẹn kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. Don't mind my hair guys, don't mind my hair. So the same thing wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú oúnjẹ kò yé yín, wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn, oúnjẹ ni o, epo ni o, you know, gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tí ó máa ṣáà jẹ́ kí àwọn aráàlú bínú tó máa bọ́ síta máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń protest nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn. But thank heaven for those people who think ahead. Àwọn èèyàn burúkú yìí tí n bá dẹ̀ ń sọ fún yín pé àwọn Ìgbò ló wà ń di gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, I'm saying it because I know it ni. I am saying it because I know it because àwọn nìkan ni region tí ò fẹ́ go regional. Àwọn nìkan ni wọ́n propose ní House of Assembly wípé we will be practicing the same system of America. Kò yé yín? That is where, I don't know, maybe state to state, but that is not what the British left for us, and that will not pay us. Nǹkan tó máa pay wa ni the same system tá ń lò kó tó di pé àwọn Ojukwu and co, àwọn Azikiwe and co tó wá bà nǹkan jẹ́, that same system la fẹ́ lò. The same system tó yẹ pé everybody máa wà ní region ẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ máa ṣiṣẹ́, ìyẹn la fẹ́. Anything aside that, we don't want it. Tó bá fẹ́ gbé wa lọ sí, you know, system tí ò yé wa, bóyá ká máa practice UK, the same system of UK at the same time, same system of US and Canada ni, we don't want that kind of system. We want that kind of system that we were, you know, practicing before independence and immediately also after independence. The same system we were practicing before the 1966 coup. Yẹn la fẹ́. Oye, ẹ yẹ kí n play video guy yìí ká má lọ pẹ́ lórí show kẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan táwọn Ìgbò ń plan nílẹ̀. Ẹ gbọ́.
Lawmakers say there is the need to tone down the concentration at the center and limit the powers of the president.
Collapse of the First Republic and the long stretch of the military rule culminated into the adoption of a new system of government, theoretically fashioned after the presidential system of United States, but in practice imbibed the utmost attributes of military rule.
More than 60 House of Representatives opposed the bill for Nigeria to go back to the parliamentary system of government. And they insisted that they are going to fight to the end of the bill to see Nigeria returning to the regional government. I am surprised to see that these people have taken steps. For over past 2 months, they have been, clamor for Nigeria to go back to this parliamentary system of government. The senior advocate of Nigeria, Onisagba Koba, have been pushing this, and also in this platform, we have talked more about Nigeria going back to the regional government, which is the possible solution to all this crisis going on. Regional government will render presidency useless. Nobody will be interested to become Nigeria president any longer. Nigeria will be led by the prime minister. Like during the time of the Republican Constitution, we have Tafawa Balewa, who is the prime minister, and we have Nnamdi Azikiwe, who is the ceremonial head of state, just ceremonial head of state. So we won't have all this mess we are having. And according to the
so if they have to have a president, it should be a ceremonial head of state, and that ceremonial head of state should be somebody like that is coming from that place that Azikiwe came from. In control láti sell sórí àwọn èèyàn nìyẹn. Do you understand? In control try láti sell sórí àwọn èèyàn nìyẹn. But it will not work. It will not work. We will never have Igbo person heading any kind of government, in the central again. No, it will never work. Instead of that, Yoruba should pull off. They should pull out of that country. Never should Yoruba person allow any Igbo person be head over them again. Never. And we are also not saying we want to be head over you. You can pull out of Nigeria if you want. So in continue in sell from the beginning here, but
it's going to give power to the regions to control their security, to control their resources. If this thing comes to pass, we will have a new Nigeria. There is no doubt about that. Before we go into the details of this story, I just want to tell you that the petrol tanker drivers are going to go to strike. So if you use fuel very well, or diesel, or all these petroleum products, make sure
that there is going to be scarcity of fuel. These people, their region don't produce fuel. Their region don't produce, petroleum, anything. Just little few, you won't produce. So how are they now telling us that it's going to be scarce? Federal government also fún wọn pé àwọn máa wà, there will be scarcity of a fuel ní. Federal government also fún wọn pé àwọn ò ní enough fuel tí wọ́n máa kó síta ní. Why is it that it is coming from Igbo man's mouth that there's going to be scarcity of fuel? You will know that they are the one, behind all these things. Àwọn ni wọ́n hold many of these things. Mo máa ka nǹkan kan síta fún yín sí tẹ́ máa rí pé àwọn tí wọ́n mú àwọn Igbo àti Calabar wà láàrin wọn, àwọn Hausa wà láàrin wọn. And I want to tell you categorically that the Hausa people that they caught among these Igbos, àwọn Igbos yẹn ni wọ́n push wọn sí. Kò yé yín, àwọn Igbo yẹn ni wọ́n push wọn sí. Because gbogbo nǹkan táwa ń pariwo ní Southern Protectorate pé oúnjẹ wọn kò dé nọ́ọ̀tì. Why tí ò ṣe dé náà tó bá yẹ pé oúnjẹ wọn Nàìjíríà ṣe bí north náà ní Nàìjíríà wà. I mean, Nàìjíríà náà ní north wà. So why is food scarce in one place and not scarce in another place? Kò yé yín, and àwọn náà ti dẹ̀ ń sọ pé trailers máa ń wá láti Southern Protectorate láti wá kó oúnjẹ láti north. So níbo ni àwọn oúnjẹ yẹn wọlé sí? Níbo làwọn oúnjẹ yẹn wọlé sí? And you are coming out, you are telling you that for information reaching you, there's going to be scarcity of fuel. If there want to be scarcity of life, let there be scarcity of life. Tinubu is not going to yield to your pranks. Tinubu will not dance to that music you people are playing. He will not dance. Because all this food you are hoarding, if not that, because of the aráàlú tí wọ́n wà vulnerable ni, kò yẹ kí bàbá Tinubu dá sí nǹkan yìí rárá. Ìgbà tí gbogbo àwọn oúnjẹ tẹ́ bá hoard yẹn tí gbogbo ẹ̀ bá bàjẹ́ mọ́ yín lórí, ṣé iṣu lẹ fẹ́ hoard tẹ́ tó máa nínú òrùn burúkú yẹn, iṣu yẹn á lò 6 months lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ̀wà á lò 6 months lọ́wọ́ yín nínú kíní. It is just because Baba Tinubu does not want people to suffer. That is why they are going to look for all these things. They are supposed to leave you people when you hoard all this food. When you hoard all this food and the food kaput on my hand, una go bring the food out by force. So where did this mumu hear that petroleum is going to be scarce? Ṣé federal government ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni? Báwọn lòun ordinary person ṣe mọ̀ pé petrol máa scarce. In fact, this kind of a guy, the police should find where he is and arrest him if he's in Nigeria. The police should look for him and arrest him. You are not in the government. How do you know petrol is going to be scarce? How do you know that? Who told you that? Where did you get that information from? Àwọn ni wọ́n hoard gbogbo ẹ̀. Wọ́n ti fẹ́ hoard epo náà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti hoard epo rí tó di wàhálà sí wọn lọ́rùn. Tó yẹ pé kò sí wọn ríyàn ra àwọn epo yẹn at the end of it. Because every time tepo ń jáde lépo ń wọlé. Every time tepo ń jáde lépo ń wọlé tó bá hoard ẹ̀ á di waste sí ẹ lọ́rùn ni.
That you have in store of it, go and buy and keep it, because we are complaining about what is going on in Nigeria. When this first scarcity we hit before Wednesday, it is not what we are even talking about.
O tún sọ ó ní before Wednesday next week, before the first scarcity we hit before Wednesday, ó tún more time to my hit. Kẹ́ mọ̀ pé wọ́n ti load do a lot. Epo yọ nlẹ̀ mọ́. Àwọn epo tí wọ́n kó lọ fún refined oil kò wọ́n padà wá mọ́. Èyí tí Dangote refine kò sí mọ́. So fuel will be scarce. Níbo náà kó wọn sí? Níbo làwọn epo yẹn wà? You will see Igbo people are behind it. Ìgbà tí wọ́n cash warehouse kan tí táwọn Igbo máa sọ story yẹn. Wọ́n sọ story yẹn bíi pé owó ni wọ́n kó sínú warehouse yẹn. But when the original video came out now, we are hearing that warehouse where the people were showing that it was money stuck into that warehouse, oúnjẹ ló wà ńbẹ̀. But when Igbo people brought that news out, they were shouting that, look at our money. See how they put our money. It was not money. It was warehouse. It was food warehouse. What they did is that they printed fake money. Láti fi sí ibi wájú so that amari ipe okay nǹkan yìí jọ̀wọ́, but lẹ́yìn oúnjẹ ló kún bẹ̀. Oúnjẹ òun ló kún bẹ̀. Just because wọ́n fẹ́ go regional. They gbọ́dọ̀ go regional because that is the only way out. Regional government is the only way out for that Nigeria. How did this guy know that there's going to be scarcity of fuel? How did he know? How did he know?
People, I don't even know how people are going to survive it. But this is just to inform you that there will be fuel scarcity. So the information reaching me is that these petrol tankers want to go to strike. That is one. Then before we go into this issue of...
If petrol tankers want to go on strike, they will come out and say it. If petrol tankers want to go on strike, that is why we even have Ministry of Labor, Ministry of, petroleum. If they want to go to strike, if any ministry want to strike, it's their ministry that will come and announce it, not you. Nobody even heard it in that Nigeria that there's going to be fuel scarcity. But an Igbo man knows. Because they are behind it. Ìgbà tí guy tó ń pè rẹ̀ ní Uchendu àbí Ulendu tó wá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, mi ò sọ fún yín, mo ní wọ́n mọ̀ pa gbogbo nǹkan yìí. Àwọn ni wọ́n ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan yìí. Àwọn ni wọ́n ń ṣe ìgbà election. They sabotage fuel something. So one pè fuel scarcity. They sabotage money so that the government will not see money to do election. Gbogbo ala dem mọ̀ pé to do election, we need money to do all those things. So anything to stop regional government, anything for us to get Yoruba nation, because our region is the Yoruba nation. Our region is the Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. But they don't want it. They don't want it. And they must want it. Torí nǹkan tó yìnbó filẹ̀ fún wa nìyẹn. Òyìnbó nǹkan táwọn òyìnbó gan UK táwa yìí, the same system of government ni wọ́n lò ń bí tó dẹ̀ ń pay wọn. So that was what they left to us. That was what they left to us, and that was what we must do. That is what we must do. If Igbo people don't want that kind of a government, they can yakpa and go like a Bakassi yakpa and go. They can yakpa and go. Àwọn ni wọ́n bà Nàìjíríà jẹ́, àwọn ni wọ́n bà orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá jẹ́. Wípé abá gbogbo àwọn people yìí wò àti àwọn ti north náà ni àti àwọn ti Igbo yìí náà ni torí pé Yorùbá ń bá wọn wà ní the same country. Òun ló ń fún Yorùbá ní stress. The stress táwọn Igbo ń fún wa is 100 million times more than the stress táwọn Hausa ń fún wa. Kò yé yín? How did this one know? How did he know? How did he know? Now we saw that Sowore gone self. Ó dẹ̀ pé mo rí video kan tí Sowore náà ti ń bá wọn ṣe protest. Federal government should take Sowore and put him in Kalo. Tí Sowore wọn if tó bá ti fẹ́ ṣe yamayama ẹ mú kẹjù sí Kalo. Gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀sùn àwọn ìbàjẹ́ tó ti ṣe tí federal government ò tí fẹ́ pariwo ẹ̀ síta, they need to expose him. I know some nínú nǹkan tí Sowore ti ṣe. I know some nínú òṣì tí Sowore ti ṣe. I know wípé owó Sowore kọ́ ni Sowore fi wá ṣe ìsọpọ̀ fẹ́ wá contest fún presidency ní Nàìjíríà. I know wípé àwọn ará àta ni wọ́n sponsor Sowore wá. So tí Sowore ò bá fẹ́ sọ ara ẹ̀ di adìyẹ funfun tí ò fẹ́ mọra ẹ̀ lágbà, they have to arrest Sowore and put him in Kalo. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣorí burúkú kan fún ní tí mú kó gbabẹ̀ lọ. Because he's biting more than he can chew. That's Sowore. He's biting more than he can chew. Kò yé yín? He's biting more than he can chew. Anybody that want to do any unnecessary protest, anybody tó bá fẹ́ ṣe unnecessary protest, kàn gbé wọn country wọn sí Kalo. We want this government to work. We want this government to breathe. You people should leave this government alone to breathe. Ẹ fẹ́ bà government yìí jẹ́. And it's not fair. It's not fair.
I just want to tell you that if you are from the west, from the east, from the south, and you are doing business in the north, there will be looting very soon in your shops. Hear me right and hear me well. There will be looting. What do I mean by looting?
How did he know?
There will be protest.
How did he know?
Hardship. Not this kind of protest we have started seeing. There will be a major protest.
There will be, if there will be protest, the protest will be that everybody that is not from the north leave. Before they will come and begin to loot. I'm not saying they cannot loot. Before they will begin to come and loot. On loot in Lagos State, no, then we just met here. Now, she won't loot in Lagos State. Ìjọ tí wọ́n lọ fọ́ ilé ọba Èkó, ṣé wọ́n loot ńbẹ̀ ni? When they tell you people that every non-northerner in the north should begin to go to their region. If you don't go, they will loot. It's normal. It's normal. Koye, ẹ̀yin ni Yorùbá kẹ́ yára yín brain. Don't allow any Igbo person coming out to be telling you that we want to advise you. Don't take any advice of the Igbo. Let Igbo go and advise their fellow Igbos. We don't need their advice. We don't need their advice. Sometimes they will think they are doing Nigeria bad. They don't know they are doing themselves bad. Ṣé mọ̀ pé ìgbà kí non pé ìgbà pandemic yẹn tí wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. Ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn ìjọba ò tiẹ̀ fi bẹ́ẹ̀ fi etí sí nǹkan yẹn. Àwọn citizen no find the kinní yẹn out. Àwọn citizen no find nǹkan yẹn out. Àwọn Igbo tán dẹ̀ wá ìjọba ni wọ́n leak nǹkan yẹn. Though it was good that they exposed them. But leaking táwọn leak nǹkan yẹn wọ́n leak here wípé maybe kí for any good. They leaked it for chaos to happen. They leak it for chaos to happen in the country. Oyeyin, àwọn Igbo ni wọ́n mo rí video kan tí wọ́n ju iṣu for everybody. Where did those yam come from? Where did the yam come from? Those are the yam that they have hoarded. Mo sọ fún yín bíbá dàbí pé àjẹ́ lèyàn. I told you that wípé àwọn people yìí wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ ni. Ẹ wo àwọn tí wọ́n mú yìí ńsìn. This they wọ́n bọ̀ jẹ́ kí n lo glasses mi. Wọ́n catch wọn, I think, where's my glasses? On the 18th. You want to bust? Yes, on the 18th, Sunday. Àná, òun ni wọ́n lọ bust wọn. Àwọn tí wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. Tí wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. This is not the first time this kind of thing is happening. Before, kó tó di pé civil war happen. The same thing happen, wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. Just to cause wàhálà. Wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. Ìgbà tí wọ́n ń ṣe election, tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ náà tán jọ ń ṣe election gbà yẹn, wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ. I have a 97-year-old uncle who was a soldier. You understand? Kó tó di pé àwọn tó kí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí bàbá yẹn tí bá ti bá sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí ó máa mọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ni. Ó máa mọ gbogbo ẹ̀ ni. Ó mọ̀ ní pé àwọn Igbo náà wà ní gbogbo nǹkan yìí pé this was what they did before. It's the same system. Because some believe pé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bí ní 1980, 1990s wọ́n ní mọ̀ anything. So they are bringing up again the same system. Àwọn Igbo ni wọ́n ba ilẹ̀ Nigeria jẹ́. For this guy now to be talking, this is his face. This is his face. Mi ò mọ̀ bóyá rí face yẹ. This is his face. The light ojú kíní iná yẹn ó ń tàn sí lójú. That is his face. Let me show it again. Iná yẹn ń tàn sí camera yẹn. That is his face. Báwo ló ṣe mọ̀? Báwo ló ṣe mọ̀ pé epo máa wọ́n? Báwo ló ṣe mọ̀ pé riot máa wà? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sọ pé everybody máa lọ sí region náà? Ṣé èèyàn kan fẹ́ lọ sórí kunkun pé òun ò ní lọ sí region òun ni? Tó bá dẹ̀ ti lọ sórí kunkun pé ò ní lọ sí region náà, 110% everybody ló mọ̀ pé there will be riot. Oyè yín? So they are telling us now that they will not go if they ask them to go, and they must go. Ẹ jẹ́ àgbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀.
And this protest has been scheduled to happen next week.
Ṣé ti gbọ́?
The information reaching me is that every shops, the major shops, especially the shops that does not belong to the northerners there, they are going to enter your shop, they will loot all your products, they will cut away with all your goods, and you can't do nothing. It will be like a civil disobedience. People are just protesting for hunger. They enter your shop, they take your food. So that is another information on my table here. Let us go back to detail the Nigerian parliamentary system that is coming.
Parliamentary system of government.
Today, we're here on behalf of 60 of us for a start.
As the sixth alteration to the Constitution beckons, a similar move is being spearheaded by more than 60 members. A number of bills to transit Nigeria to a parliamentary system of government at federal, state, and local governments form some of the constitution amendment bills that scaled first reading at Wednesday plenary. Some of the arrowheads of the initiative addressed parliamentary reporters. The sponsors say the proposed parliamentary system will save Nigeria a huge cost of governance.
Despite several alterations to the Constitution to address the shortcomings of a system that has denied the nation the opportunity of attaining its full potentials. Among these imperfections are the high cost of governance, leaving fewer resources for crucial areas like infrastructure, education, and healthcare.
The lawmakers say there is the need to tone down the concentration at the center and limit the powers of the president.
Collapse of the First Republic and the long stretch of the military rule culminated into the adoption of a new system of government, theoretically fashioned after the presidential system of the United States, but in practice imbibed the utmost attributes of military rule. No wonder the Nigerian president appears to be one of the most powerful presidents in the world.
They also promise a transition period of between now and 2031.
We expect that the process will not necessarily terminate with the current administration. In actual fact, we expect that it will even go beyond 2027. But what is important is that we have set the ball rolling.
Isn't that good? Of course, I think this is very nice. You know, when someone is sick, when someone is ill, so many people will begin to prescribe medications for you. People will ask you not to take oil. People will ask you not to eat yam. I think that is the situation we have found ourselves as Nigerians at this moment. But I think this should be the best medication at this moment. This should be the best medication. For so many people who don't really understand what parliamentary system of government is or what it means to return Nigeria to the regional government the way we were before, let me just explain later. But it is very important you read it, Google it, try to understand the Republican Constitution, even though such constitution will be amended to give power to the people. So if what these people are moving works out, these people will become the heroes in Nigeria. They will become the change that we need. I myself, I believe that we needed a good president who could come there and change things, but no president can bring change more than what these people have proposed. Because when we now have a parliamentary system of government, there will not be president. The president there will just be ceremonial. The president don't have power again. He will not be the chief security officer of the nation, because that time the power has left him. They will give powers to the region, to the people. So I think this is returning power to the people. This is redefining democracy. I will watch closely how the movement of this bill would be. And it is very important for you to watch our past videos about this parliamentary system of government. Last 2 months, I told you, no, that was last month, January. I told you how I wrote to 2 members of House of Representatives and their reply. The whole videos are there in the last month. We are intentional. Nobody wants to be in a bad
Don't be this guy should not be cajoling people as if, he's so important. And then, so that Omar cash mind down when if he pass a message across. If you speak with any of these people in the government, not the people that are sending you out, not your Igbo representatives that are sending you out. If you speak to some other people from other region, you should bring them online. Let us see. Like when somebody is sick, if you're going to come on to a lot of someone Baba Tinubu is sick. So ko relevant ko se nkan to eni in pass nìyẹn. Nǹkan tó ń pass nìyẹn. Àti wípé in the next days People should come out and protest because there is no food. Message ti ẹni yìí fẹ́ pass ni. Because we know that the Igbo people don't want to go back to regional governance. They don't want to. If they wanted to, they will not be causing chaos in the country. There will not be need for them to be hoarding food. There will not be need for them to be hoarding fuel. No need for any protest. They will allow for easy transition. Oyeyin, àwọn people yìí ni wọ́n bà ilẹ̀ Nigeria jẹ́. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá, ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n work on your brain. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n work on your psyche to cause any chaos. You will see wọ́n máa tún pínra wọn sí different offices. Like he will come out and say, the regional government is good. When they shake any con. Another one will come out and say, like irú ìtí Ìjẹ̀lẹ̀ that regional government pé kò dáa. Do you want somebody like Oshoko to come and be controlling you? Do you want Kinekon or Shomole to come and be controlling you? Regional government means that people that you don't want will just be controlling you. That is another office. The other ones, why don't you want to be your brother's keeper? We are not living Lagos. Rochas, we have offended you. Tinubu, please forgive us. So don't let them work on your psyche. Yoruba nation. Don't let the Igbo people work on your psyche. Don't allow them work, with your psyche. Ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n bí their father's name. Ẹ jẹ́ kó mind the business ti wọn, ká wá mind the business ti wa. Ẹ má bá wọn ṣe. Tẹ́ bá lọ sí platform wọn, because nobody can tell anybody don't go to anybody's platform. Tẹ́ bá lọ sí platform tó bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bí pé àwọn fẹ́ kó Yorùbá mọ́ra, tell them to go to hell. Ẹ má yẹ kán kó Yorùbá mọ́ra. Àwọn náà wà ń di gbogbo òṣì tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí. Ẹ ká gbọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀tàn kí n tó show another video.
Nobody wants to be in a nation where things are not working. So when you see people talking about Nigeria, talking bad about the government, it is not because they hate the government. It is because they want Nigeria to work. It is because they understood that this present government don't mean well for Nigerians. They understood that the masses are suffering not because that the masses are weak or not because we don't have natural resources or human resources. It is just a leadership problem in our so-called political cabals. And that is what we have been looking for, different means to stop. So if we can do this through vote, even into 2027 election as we talk, they have rigged it. You could hear Wike saying before yesterday.
They have read it.
They don't even see who is going to challenge them. In other words, they have written even the result that they are going to call. And you can't do nothing about it. There is nothing you can do about it. So when I see people who understand the way Nigeria is going, I fell in love with them. After seeing the video, I fell in love with what they proposed. Because I am saying like that is just the key. That is just the solution. And for people who are calling for secession, they were right that people should go in their separate ways. But this bill, this constitutional amendment they are proposing is going to solve it. Believe me. Just imagine we will have Port Harcourt Seaport. We'll have another seaport in Warren. Because maybe we'll have another seaport in Onitsha or in
If you want to go regional, you are an Igbo guy, and you are thinking of seaport in Port Harcourt. You are not from that region. Chetty, understand? But you work on people's psyche. You are not from that region. You are not from South region. So what is your business with the Port Harcourt seaport? Everyone work on people's psyche. Southeast is one region. Niger Delta or South is another region. Do you understand? So you have no business there. You have no business with Southwest, which is Yoruba, Orile-Ede Yoruba. You have no business with us. You have only business with your region. We can do business together, but you are not coming to look into what they are doing in other region. So eti rí pé ó kàn work on people's psyche ni. she need that mentality of Nnamdi Kanu that they are you know, the old eastern region is still one. Because kò sí nǹkan kan tó kàn pẹ̀lú south region. Tó bá sọ from the beginning pé everybody is going to be working from their region. Kí ló kàn ìwọ south east pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí wọ́n ní south. So that is what I want you people to understand. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fi fídíò ẹlẹ́mẹ̀ fídíò tó wá ṣe yìí mẹ́sẹ̀gì tó wá pass ni wípé àwọn máa ṣe ráyọ̀tì. Àwọn that epo máa wọ́n máa kó epo sílé bí wọ́n ṣe kó oúnjẹ pamọ́, àwọn máa kó epo pamọ́. Wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ kó epo pamọ́ tó di wàhálà sí wọn lọ́rùn tó yẹ pé kò sí nǹkan tó ra epo, gbogbo epo yẹn waste ni, but they could not come out and say it, but we know it. We know it. Ibi tí Tinubu ti wá ṣe wọ́n léṣe, Tinubu wá yọ subsidy. Kò yé yín? It's like they lost. Nínú àwọn epo tí wọ́n hoard yẹn, they lost. The same thing they will also lose in this food matter. They will lose. And now there is going to be a system tó yẹ pé tí ẹ bá wá kó oúnjẹ láti north, you have to be in a kind of organization. No individual now has the right to come and buy food in north again. No individual will do it. According to Kote Migbo, individual ò ní wá máa ra oúnjẹ mọ́. Organization ló máa ra oúnjẹ yẹn. Ẹ dẹ̀ máa register. Ṣé mọ̀ bí àwọn mọ́là ṣe ń ṣe tí wọ́n register gbogbo màálù wọn tí wọ́n ní card tó ń fi register àwọn màálù wọn. Bí àwọn tó fẹ́ wá máa ra oúnjẹ in bulk ní north wọ́n ṣe máa ṣe ń sìn nìyẹn. Which is okay, which is very, very good. When this nonsense happened, ìgbà táwọn Igbo máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo òṣì wọn, we'll take you guys back to memory lane. How they started. They started shouting that this is not the government we voted for. Look at what is happening now. This is not what we voted for. Tinubu is doing this. Tinubu is not doing that. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá fídíò yẹn. Mo ń bọ̀. I think it's this one. Let me open it. Ẹ gbọ́. Ẹ rántí fídíò yìí.
You cannot do anything for this country. Now somebody they want to kill us. What happened? Because of politics, I know that you comment or you talk about these people. Anybody of you will talk about this video. You go on Inshallah. We are going to enter streets. We are going to block everywhere. Nigeria is suffer. Now APC we do. We fought for APC. We campaign for APC. So we are suffer. Anything we want to talk am. Now Almighty God, Almighty Allah is going to tell us. Inshallah. We are suffering. People are suffering. You cannot do anything for this country.
So you want to tell me that this guy that is talking, this grown-up man that is talking does not know that they could be hoarding food? Ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ó lè jẹ́ Yorùbá, ó lè jẹ́ Hausa, ó tún lè jẹ́ Igbo. So this grown-up person that is talking, this one that is talking, does not know that people could be hoarding food. You are there in that Nigeria. You cannot know that people are hoarding food. Awata wa mi la ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa sọ fún pé wọ́n ó possible kan máa hoard oúnjẹ ni. So gbogbo ariwo tó ń wá ń pa ńsìn. Ìsìn tí àṣírí ti wá tú wípé wọ́n hoard oúnjẹ ni. Ẹ mọ̀ pé irú behavior yẹn gan ó lè yíyàn lórí. Because he will be ashamed of himself. Tó bá ní conscience, he will be ashamed of himself. Ẹni tó bá fi tọkàntọkàn vote fún Tinubu, tírú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí bá ń ṣẹlẹ̀, kò ní jáde kó máa pariwo báyìí. Ẹ ti rí pé àwọn tí wọ́n vote fún Tinubu, àwọn tó ń fẹ́ kí Tinubu fail, òun làwọn eléyìí. Báwo ló ń jẹ́ ṣe máa tán níta bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, you know, this thing is just common sense. Báwo ló ń jẹ́ kàn ṣe máa tán níta bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn? Tí ò ń ṣe pé wọn kì í produce oúnjẹ. Tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ how many billions of rice, how many billions, millions of tons of rice tí tí wọ́n kó wọlé tẹ́lẹ̀ all of a sudden àdẹ̀wá kó oúnjẹ wọlé mọ́ àwa àwa wà rice sufficient because sí ẹ̀ bá import mọ́ mi pé ti wà rice sufficient nìyẹn so how can that now nígbà wo lóúnjẹ ṣe máa wọ́n lù how can it be missing tàdẹ̀ tí ń gbọ́ táwọn ìjọba ń sọ pé Lagos State and Kebbi wọ́n ṣàkó àwọn àti Ekiti and another state that they are now joined together we are producing enough rice nísìn adẹ̀rí àwọn youth náà tó yẹ pé some are going into fishery some are going into husbandry some are going into farming some youth are going into farming so ìgbà tí wọ́n go into farming oúnjẹ pọ̀ everybody wá go into farming ń sìn oúnjẹ ò wá sí mọ́ ṣó normal ni ẹ ti mọ̀ ní pé some people are hoarding it and now alarm don dey blow mò ń bọ̀ o àkọ́gbà àwọn videos yẹn síta fún yín alarm don dey blow say wọ́n hoard díẹ̀ ní ìgbà tí wọ́n máa kọ́kọ́ mú fídíò yìí jáde táwọn ibo máa kọ́kọ́ mú fídíò jáde ẹni tó gbé fídíò yìí jáde his name is Agalaba Shinazom ẹ wo orúkọ ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn bóyá tẹ bá rí ṣe ti rórúkọ ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀ yẹn Agalaba Shinazom ló kọ́kọ́ gbé fídíò yẹn jáde ìgbà tó máa gbé fídíò yìí jáde ó ń sọ fún wa ní pé owó ni wọ́n hoard sínú oúnjẹ ìgbà tẹ́ wọ́n hoard sínú warehouse yẹn ìgbà tẹ́mi rí wọn àwọ̀ pé báwo ni èèyàn ṣe máa kó irú owó tó pọ̀ tó yìí wọ inú tó máa lọ kó sírú bíbà yìí kò yẹ yín báwo mi ò believe ẹ̀ wípé owó ni àti nǹkan yẹn look like owó tẹ́ bá wò àṣé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ni pé wọ́n kó àwọn owó díẹ̀ bíi fake money tó ń print àwọn káwọn Igbo máa ń print fake money àti àwọn ará Kogi àtàwọn ará Benue yẹn wọ́n wà very dubious and very evil-minded people from Benue Kogi ṣe mọ̀ kán ti mix mọ́ àwọn Igbo so ìgbà tí wọ́n máa gbé fídíò jáde ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó ṣe mí tó mọ́ bọ̀.
wani rumfun ajiyar kayayyaki kenan da ke unguwar Dawanau inda shugaban hukumar karɓar korafe ta jihar Kano wato Muyi Magaji Rimin Gado ya kawo simami nan kamar inda masu rarraba ku iya kallo taliya ce haka.
Bàtọ́ máa gbé síta wọ́n ní owó ni o. Wọ́n ní owó ni wọ́n kó síbẹ̀ àṣé oúnjẹ ni. Àṣé oúnjẹ náà kó síbẹ̀ I'm coming o. Remember. So this one now is coming from Lawal Bello Zoramawa. You pronounce it like that. So only a warehouse in Kano. Only a warehouse in Kano State allegedly hoarding food items in anticipation of the food price. Nǹkan tó mọ Igbo pè ní owó nìyẹn the same video ni o. The same video ni o.
Ya kawo simami nan kamar inda masu rarraba ku iya kallo taliya ce haka.
Ibi tẹ́ ti máa mọ̀ wípé kò possible kó jẹ́ owó ni wípé àwọn ará ìlú ṣẹ́tìrí ó dàbí pé ẹ̀yìn ibi tí wọ́n fi owó sí ẹ̀yìn ibẹ̀ ní ẹnìyẹn. So that is one warehouse that they have. In fact, ó dàbí pé ibi tí àwa believe pé owó yẹn ó dàbí pé blocks ni wọ́n kó síbẹ̀ tán wá fi àwọn fake owó díẹ̀díẹ̀ há wọn lẹ́nu. Anyway, ẹ má jẹ́ kí àwo gbogbo fídíò yẹn tán ẹ ṣáà ti rí pé oúnjẹ ni wọ́n họ̀dì síbẹ̀. So for the meantime nísìn ọwọ́ ti bà àwọn kan. Let's look at that one. Ọwọ́ ti tẹ àwọn guys tí ó wà níbi ọwọ́ apá right side apá ọ̀tún. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n ka nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ sí ìbàdàn. Nigerian police ni ó gbé nǹkan yìí síta. Ṣé ti rí? Nigerian police ló gbé síta. Press release from Nigerian police. Wọ́n ní we will collectively frustrate illegal sales theft at ports as police arrest 5, recover diverted goods. Wọ́n ní the Nigerian police force has again reiterated its commitment to enforcing all laws and emplacing anti-crime strategies to curb illegal activities at our various ports and around the economic hubs in Nigeria. The commitment is geared towards stimulating the government's agenda of quick economic recovery and development in our dear country. Only the commitment was re-echoed when the Eastern Ports Police Command confirmed the arrest of 5 suspects in connection with the diversion of bags of wheat belonging to the United Nations World Food Programme and recovery of about 1,238 bags of wheat in Port Harcourt on the 6th of February 2026. The 1,840 bags of wheat which were to be transported from Ibeto Port Terminal, Port Harcourt to an internally displaced persons camp located in Kano State, were fraudulently diverted by the drivers tasked with this assignment alongside their accomplices, who were intercepted and apprehended by the operatives of the Nigerian police attached to the Eastern Port. The operatives made an arrest of 5 suspects, namely Umar Hashim, Edidiong Umar, Uda Stanley, Abubakar Jariri, and Yunus Babangida, and recovered 1,238 stolen bags of wheat along with the truck and a bus used in carrying out the crime. The recovery bags of wheat have been returned to the World Food, and efforts are in top gear to recover the missing 602 bags of wheat and arrest the other suspects associated with the crime. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, has re-emphasized the goal of the Nigerian police to ensure that individuals engaged in activities aimed at sabotaging. Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun has re-emphasized the goal of the Nigerian police to ensure that individuals engage in activities aimed at sabotaging the economy of the country and entrenching hardships among the vulnerable members of the public are ardently dealt with in line with extant laws. He has therefore ordered that the suspect be charged to court upon conclusion of investigation and trying of all loose ends. Ojú wọn lẹ̀ ń rí níbẹ̀ yẹn. So why would you on purpose be inflicting hardship on people? Why would you? Just because you want to tell the citizen, the world, that Tinubu is not working. Tinubu does not know how to govern. Tinubu is bad. Just because you want to do that. Just because you want to do that. After doing that, you will now bring some stupid people out to begin to lament like those two, like àwọn idiot obìnrin kan tí wọ́n kóra wọn síta tán you know tí wọ́n kó di síta tán kọ́yàn òṣì àti fùrọ̀ wèrè tán kó síta. About 10 people. Mi ò sure bóyá wọ́n wọ 20 àbí 10 pàápàá. I think all of us must have seen that video where some women came out. This one say, don't generalize, my sister. Majority of us from Kogi State are not bi. But it is you people coming from Kogi State that are coming to buy us in Yorubaland. Are you not? Oyeyin. Otawa lẹ́yìn náà. So, those ones, I'm not sure they are up to 20. Those women that came out and brought their nyash out, you know, naked, say they are protesting. No one man among them. Kò sí ọkùnrin kan báyìí láàrin wọn tó kó ẹpọ̀n síta. Àwọn nìkan náà kó dán tán kó bò òbò òṣì. Òbò jèríjèrí tán kó síta. Tán disgrace ara wọn. Àwọn aṣẹ́wó. Ṣé rí nǹkan táwọn Yorùbá sọra wọn dà? Wọ́n sanwó fún wọn, kán ṣàwá, you know, sọ pé aráàlú wọn ò dá. Àtìgbà tí Buhari ti ń ṣe, rí àwọn ọmọ Haúsá kan jáde kan wá kódì síta. Ẹ̀yin lẹ kódì síta. Tẹ wá ń ṣòṣì. Ebi ò pa àwọn àwọn obìnrin nìkan ló ebi ń pa. Àwọn ọkùnrin tó wà níbẹ̀ ebi ò pa wọ́n. Nínú country tí they have more than 200 million people. Ẹ̀yin bí 10 àbí 20 nìkan lè bí ń pa tẹ̀lé kó di síta. People will just be laughing at them. I was just laughing at their stupidity. Because nobody was impressed. Ká ní pé wọ́n bí 10 million ní tẹ́kọ́ra yín síta. Ṣé mọ̀ gbogbo video, gbogbo radio station, TV station àgbáyé ló máa kó yín. But èyí tẹ́ show wa tẹ́ wá kó di òṣì yín síta yẹn. Nobody is impressed. We just say you people are stupid people. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jáde yẹn. People cannot think again. People cannot think again. Those women are so dumb. One dumb. I don't understand why police cannot arrest them. Ó yẹ kó arrest wọn ni. Òbò wọn tí wọ́n believe pé, you know, free kíní ni. Kí wọ́n bá wọn ba bẹ̀jẹ́, kán kó wọn wẹ̀ wọ́n, kán ba bẹ̀jẹ́, kán ba tí wọ́n jẹ́. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Irú wọn dẹ̀ náà máa bọ́ sórí Facebook tó máa ní èèyàn kan kọ orin, mo fẹ́ gbé kọ́sọ́bò o, mo fẹ́ ládàn ṣe kíní kan, tó máa bú ẹni tó kọ ní okó àtòbò. Mo ti rí bàbá sẹ̀lẹ̀ kan bẹ̀ láàrin wọn. Mo rí bàbá sẹ̀lẹ̀ kan láàrin wọn. Ara àwọn wèrè tó máa ń pariwo lórí Facebook pé èèyàn kan kọ ní okó àtòbò. But he was there looking at Punani. Tinubu is working. Do you understand? Tinubu is working. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń họ̀ di oúnjẹ on purpose. Gbogbo àwọn tomatoes tẹ́ họ̀ di ó máa tó bàjẹ́. Gbogbo àwọn okra tẹ́ họ̀ di ó máa tó bàjẹ́. Gbogbo àwọn àlùbọ́sà tẹ́ họ̀ di ó máa tó bàjẹ́. Àwọn iṣu ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tẹ́ họ̀ di ó máa tó bàjẹ́. So keep hoarding. The same thing to happen ngbà tí wọ́n ṣe ti rínsìn. Wọ́n ní the Nigerian police force on Saturday paraded a notorious Abuja kidnapper, Chinasa Philip Okoye, on a stretcher at the Force Intelligence Response Team base, Guzape Federal Capital Territory. Philip Okoye and 15 others. Ṣé ti rí wọn? Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá tẹ́ ń sọ pé àwọn Igbo ò lè kidnap yín. Ṣé Abuja tó ń ti lọ kidnap yẹn? Abuja tó ń ti lọ kidnap yẹn ẹjọ́, ṣé ìlú wọn ni? Ṣé ìlú wọn ni? Ṣé ìlú wọn ni? Wọ́n ti tún mú àwọn kan náà tó yẹ pé ṣé mọ̀ pé guy yẹn mo play video guy kan tó sọ pé wọ́n máa epo máa wọ́n ti mú àwọn kan náà 40 suspects, 2 vessels recovered. Ẹ yẹ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí ọlọ́pàá sọ ń bí. mi ò ní play because ó gùn díẹ̀.
Sharing and collaboration with private security contractors engaged by the Nigerian National Petroleum.
Who is this? Surely saying don't talk. Are you crazy?
Security Service.
Are you crazy? You carry face like a kidnapper to yourself. You carry face like a kidnapper. Why did the thing go off? You people should not flag me, oh, because the thing went off from here. Anyone ṣàmú àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé kò ní sí epo. Wọ́n mú wọn. Wọ́n bọ̀. Ó ní nǹkan kan tí mo rí mi báyìí tí mo fẹ́ play fún yín. Fún àwọn Yorùbá tí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn Ìgbò ò lè àwọn Ìgbò ò lè pa wọ́n lẹ̀ Yorùbá. There is something I saw here. There's something I saw here. Ó tiẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ pé àwọn oúnjẹ tí tó ń bọ̀ láti Eastern region ni wọ́n divert. So somehow they did not even buy all this food to hurt them. Food that were meant, not only that they bought food and hurt them, even food that was meant for poor people, they diverted them to another warehouse. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Kò dẹ̀ kí n ṣe pé maybe à ń sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ má sọ̀rọ̀ ń pa àwọn Fúlàní. No, that is not, we are not saying that. À ń sọ fún yín ni wípé tí ẹ bá ti ń fojú sí àwọn Fúlàní, of course there will be Fulanis that are doing bad thing in Nigeria. There are Fulani that are doing bad thing in Nigeria. Of course, in Yorubaland, there will be. Nobody is saying don't talk about them. But we are saying wípé ẹni tí ò bá kí ń ṣara wa, àwọn tí ò bá kí ń ṣara wa gbogbo wọn ní kẹ́ máa fojú sí. Nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn. Nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn. Guy ta play video yẹn rí bó ṣe gbé ọ̀rọ̀ kalẹ̀ ni. Ẹ wo bó ṣe gbé ọ̀rọ̀ kalẹ̀. Ẹ ti mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí ó ń sọ tó ń sọ pé we love how they do it like ẹ rí pé kò dénú ẹ̀. Kò dénú ẹ̀. Èmi máa always máa sọ ni wípé the only problem, the only enemy Yoruba people have, the only enemy Yoruba people have in that Yoruba land, in that Nigeria, is the Igbo man. Or let me say the biggest problem Yoruba people have is the Igbo person. Bí wọ́n ṣe sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà sí tó ń pín àwọn bíi Kogi yẹn tí wọ́n pín wọn mọ́ wa, I'm happy. Because these are evil people, these Kogi people. Kogi people. Bí wọ́n ṣe pín àwọn Kogi mọ́ wa, I am so happy. They are used. Let me try and block this idiot here if I could. Okay, because of the system that I'm using, I will block you later. You this your surely. Tẹ́ bá wo surely yẹn sin, tẹ́ bá lọ investigate, ẹ rí pé kidnapper ni. Ẹ rí pé kidnapper ni, àbí Yahoo boy. Ẹ rí pé kidnapper ni. They will leave their useless Kogi state that is never developed and that is never going to develop. That Fulani will begin to buy them since. They will come to Yoruba land and be buying our people. Very useless people. Àwọn ni wọ́n kún àwọn Kogi àti Benue àwọn náà kú Nigeria Muritala Mohammed airport yẹn àwọn náà kún bẹ̀ àwọn náà kún bẹ̀. They are the most useless people. You know, they all have Igbo blood. These Kogi people. Yoruba wà láàrin wọn, but they all have Igbo blood in them. These are useless people that Ogun go kill, you know, Ogun go buy one by one. Àwọn náà pa àwọn èèyàn wájú. Àwọn Igbo máa ń use wọn because wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n wà dreaded, wọ́n dẹ̀ wicked. Igbo máa ń use wọn. Àwọn náà máa ń jẹ́ orúkọ Yorùbá jù. You will see them, they will be bearing Yoruba name just to enter inside us. So I'm so happy that the Kogi man is not going to, Kogi people are not going to be part of us. Even Edo people are not going to be part of us. So, in Kontani kawa ba yin so niyen o. People hoard food in Nigeria to make the youth, to make our old women and our old men think that Tinubu is not doing well. Tinubu is doing perfectly well. Tinubu is doing that perfectly well. Okay? They will come out, many of, you know, in the next days, that Tinubu is borrowing too much money. Tinubu is borrowing this and this and that. Tinubu is borrowing, is not true. Tinubu is not borrowing anything. It's all propaganda. Tinubu is not borrowing anything. Ẹ lọ wo foreign reserve wa. Ìgbà tí Tinubu wọ bẹ̀ tí ò tí pé 1 year. Oh, you know, first time we. Ẹ lọ wo foreign reserve wa. Kò decrease. Foreign reserve wa will decrease. Ẹ wo èyí tí wọ́n ní. Look at this one. I will humiliate you. This one, they never tell her who I be. I will humiliate you. Because you are still making comments here. That's why you can talk. If you talk, you know that word that you use, humiliate, I can report you and you'll be blocked. You know that. Because these are the kind of words that I don't want to see on my platform. If I report you now with that word, humiliate, or with that word, foolish, you will be blocked. Do you understand? I will not be the one to block you. Facebook will just block you if I report those 2 words of yours. Or then, and you also use wayward. Those words, you don't say it on my platform. So, ẹ̀yin èèyàn jàre, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá wa pín ètò yìí. Kò yé yín sìn. A ti ní àní fẹ́ pẹ́ lórí ẹ̀. So, we will leave you and we will see you anytime we see you. So thank you all for coming this evening and have a good night. Bye.